Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Man. So first of all, my man just be one like 100,000 north times another 100,000. So after you ride, like your face is so swollen. Like look how swollen. Like my face is like I just look tired. And I mean I'm tired, but I'm really not tired. I'm like achy or something because it was so just cold. And it was not supposed to be cold, like at all. And so when you're cold, you know how like you shiver. Well, at least when I'm cold, like I shiver and I'm like holding on real tight because I'm like shivering, like trying to stay warm. And even though like I had my heated gear and stuff, but it was like raining and stuff. So sometimes I think I'm like, is this gonna short out and electrocute me or shock me or something like that? So that was one thing. Then and my forehead hurts right here. Oh, I feel it. I think I got a knot. That happened too. Then it kept raining and I have to replace the pin lock in my helmet, so it doesn't have one right now, and it's that's worse. That was crazy. And it was really foggy. Like it was really foggy, especially like up north. It was so super duper stinking foggy. I mean, there are so many things. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. Like I thought I had it all. I'm trying to find a thing. I thought I had it all down pat, and I was ripped to go. No. So it wasn't supposed to rain, and it did. So I had to like keep my phone away, but then my phone was out because I'm not really familiar or that familiar with northern Pennsylvania. And so in my mind, because I was supposed to leave at like midnight, like 11:30, like midnight, I'm like, am I going to go east first? Because I know that there, and it was warmer down bottom. And I know up top, like, there's a lot of wildlife. And I wasn't familiar. I was like, no, I probably need to go up and over. While I have, like, all my energy and all my spunk, like, and so I could do it that way. And so I thought about that. But I didn't even leave until 3 o'clock. So I was really like, I probably need to go up while I still have, like, the energy. And it was going to be, like soon. So that was good. But just trying to combine all of the rides together was like a little bit crazy. Because there were like some of the four corners weren't the corners that's in the IBAs ride around, as well as I really didn't plan on where I was stopping. I was just stopping in general for the 5 things that were required for the Egg Hunt 1000. So just trying to put all that together was really, really crazy. But it was cool and it was fun. And I follow my own instructions, so I always have my tonic water. Tell me why today, like this morning, like when I got up, I had the worst trolley horses in my thighs, like both of them. I was like, ah, like losing my mind. And then I had them in my calves and I had them in my shin. I was like, oh, I don't like this at all. And I was like chilled to my bone. It was just so crazy. And down in the corner, those roads, some of those roads like undeveloped, so it was really, really bad down there too. And then my phone getting wet. And so the whole premise of the ride around Pennsylvania is that you have to stay within the parameter of Pennsylvania. So, and there's no route, like you have to route it yourself. There are specific cities that you have to go through. I want to say there are 8 or 9 specific cities that you're supposed to go through, but you have to literally route the route yourself. And in doing so, like when you're up north from Great Bend, from northeast to Great Bend, it makes you go in to New York, and you can't go into New York because then you won't have a ride around Pennsylvania. So I had gotten through northeast and like Columbus, PA, and I was going to Great Bend. But that's when my phone was dying and it was like all wet and it wouldn't charge, like all these different things. I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, well, I'm just supposed to stay straight on the 6. I'll just keep doing that. But then I was like, oh snap, my spot walla, like all of that is necessary for the egg hunt and the rat around Pennsylvania. So now I'm trying to remember passwords, put it on my work phone so that I can keep tracking. And in the midst of that, like I said, I already knew where I was, so I just put in Great Bend and I didn't put it into Wanda, which is the next city I was going to. Why? Because I didn't do that, did it try to take me up? Like, let me see if I can show you. It tried to take me up to New York and over to Great Bend. And I don't even know what honestly made me stop and look. Okay, look at this. I don't know what made me stop and look at the map. But you see right here? So, right here. This is the, oh, I can't even click on it because that's not my real map. So this is where I stopped to try to buy like a charger and stuff. And I was supposed to keep coming over here. When I left here, it had me going here because it was going to take me here and come over to go to Great Bend this way. And like, do you see how close I am to the border? Something told me to like look at my map, look at my GPS. And when I did, I was like, ah! Like, so I'm telling you, I was maybe 2 miles, if that, from going into New York, and this whole thing would have been over. That was one time. Then over here in Easton, it happened again. So from Easton to get to Morrisville, it tried to make me go into Jersey and come here. And I'm like, why is it sending me across the bridge? Like, I shouldn't go across the bridge. I'm supposed to, like, stay on Eastern Road. It tried to get me twice. Not once, but twice. And I'm trying to pay attention to that. And then from Easton all the way down to Scooby-Doo land, because this was, like, really, really scary. Over here, it was, like, still like 494 miles. So that was like 8 hours, and literally it was like 5 o'clock. It was like 5 o'clock, almost 6 o'clock. And I started this ride at 3. So I had to get all the way over there and back to like my starting point. I was like, if anything else can go wrong, like, please, like, no. So that happened. And then in riding, so like when it was like really, really foggy, it was really like testing like my gangster, like for real. Because I was like, I can't see anything. I don't know how people do it, especially like I said, my pin lock wasn't there. So I had to have it cracked, and water was coming in. And I really couldn't, like, I was trying to like look around like my windscreen that way. I was sitting literally on my back seat, like trying to look over and past it. Hey, brother, how you doing? Oh, that was my heater because my bones are still cold. Trying to like I sat on the back seat to look like up over it, and that was scary. Like there were like a family of deer went past. I can't wait to download my GoPro video because that was like something else. I was just like, this is really, 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 really crazy. But all in all, it was good. Very successful ride. Definitely learned a lot about like my ability, and it was coming down so hard. Those raindrops were so freaking heavy and hard, especially when I got down to the bottom. Like, I just had to like stay in the little church alcove. I was like, I'm done now. I can't. I'm just not going to. I just can't. So what did you guys do this weekend? And when do you call it when? Like, there was a point where I'm just like, dang, like, this is really crazy. Like, because, again, when I planned it, there was no rain. There was no precipitation in the forecast. As a matter of fact, when I was riding and it was precipitating, I went to my radar, and it still showed clear. Like, it didn't have any indication of this rain at all. I was like, wow. Like, this is just crazy. And it was supposed to go to, like, 53 or 55, and it didn't get past like 47, and like it was like low like 36 or something like that. But again, with the rain and the wind, it was just ridiculous. Hey, laid back. Hey, Uncle Juan, what's up with you? So anyway, What did y'all do this weekend? Where'd y'all ride to? Shout out to the clubs that had their annuals this weekend. I want to hear a little bit about that. What else? What else? I am so freaking excited. Do y'all know what this week is? This week is the all-female rides 10-year anniversary. So I'm praying to all the ladies who are getting packed up and getting ready to hit the road to Jacksonville and the newly destined Iron Butt Association riders. Everyone who's called and, wanted to go over the route or make sure that they had either Bubbler GPS or SW Tracker ready to go with their spot wallet. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how many women attempted and earned their first saddle sore. And the certificate's going to be really, really, really hot. And the patch, I'm so proud of Jen. Like, that's just crazy to me. 10 years. Like, that's a super dopalicious thing. Also, the Bessie Stringfield movie is making its debut, like, all over. You have to check out that schedule. What else is going on? Of course, Black Wall Street, all women on iron. We're trying to break the world record, break it. All ladies come out May 16th, 17th, 18th to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, everybody's on. Hey, y'all, hey. What y'all do this weekend? Oh, Laybuck, I got your anniversary coming up in a minute. Congratulations on the new clubhouse. I did stop past on Friday for the grand opening, and I was very pleased. It was beautiful as always, and nice customer service and everything else like that. So what y'all do? Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on? So that's I will show you this. Look, I just got it, but I can't wait to get the real thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, babe. I would be dangerous if I can sing because I was singing all the time. But look what I got. Bam. The completion of my Four Corners PA. It came in already. Like, how fly is that? Super duper dopalicious. So, got that. So I'm excited. That was really, really, really nice. Oh, and guess what? Look, I'm gonna show y'all all my goodies. And I didn't even upload this yet. Look what I got. Do. That is my lunar eclipse gold. I didn't even download it. It just came. So I'm so excited that I got that. That was a super funky, dopalicious ride as well. And then so you guys know, April 8th is the total solar eclipse. So if you haven't already, get your glasses. And look, let me show you this. And I put it in my post. The glasses are at the gas station. I found them there. Look. Let me see. And you too can have your glasses. Let me see. Where are they? Oh, those are all the cities that you have to go through. Oh, maybe I didn't put it in there. Sorry. Anyway, but they're at the cash register. So when you go to check out, the glasses are there. Like, they're there. And everybody's like, where do you get your glasses? They're at the cash register. I didn't go on Amazon and order them. I just got them there. Hi, sister. Hi, Kinky. How you doing? Hey, cousin Terrell. Let me see. You working, sister? I don't know. You would think. Let me see. Because she was talking about when it was her courthouse and she experienced a whole lot of fog and craziness. And oh, and when she was coming down to Jacksonville too, and she left back out for the Parrot, like this girl's on fire. Like she's like a I think I'm like a robot. She be going crazy, crazy, crazy too. With her rides and getting her certs. And she did her fool's gold. And that's what I was mad about, because really I was supposed to do my egg hunt on Friday so that I could have did my April 1st fool's gold today. Shout out to my good friend Sherry. Happy birthday, sweetheart. And I wish that she would have I wish that I would have did it Friday so that I could have done my fool's gold today, but it didn't happen that way. And then on Thursday I leave for Jen's, and that's 1,000 miles. And so I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to stay in Jacksonville and leave from there to come up on Sunday-ish to get up there for the eclipse, or if I'm going to come home and then leave again, because I'm thinking of doing it from Canada. Brother man, oh Becky, congratulations on your SCMA award. She did the 3 flags, and their ceremony was this weekend. Congratulations. I can't wait till this year to do it with you guys. Oh, good brother Teflon. I know he's sick of my stuff, but a congratulations goes out to him too. He just he doesn't listen to me yet, because he submitted for a bum burner silver, and I'm like, nah, dude, like you got a bum burner gold. And then he resubmitted it, and now he's a golder. He has his certificate too. What? Y'all can't talk? Oh, that stinks. Becky, can you talk to? Oh, let's see. She can tell us all about the ride, the 3 Flag Classic. It's in August 28th through September 4th or 5th.
Hey, you.
Hello, how you doing?
That's good.
You got to tell them about the ride. I'm so excited. And this time it leaves from Canada into Mexico. So I'm like, I was thinking about trying to do the 15 best roads in California and get some of them coming down. But I was like, then I'll have to leave everybody to like try to go off and do that. And I'm like, I just want to have fun. I just want to take my time and like just ride with everybody and laugh. And like I'm always just like, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna just be normal. So tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the 3 flags is really awesome. It's super doable. It's possible for anybody to go and have a good time. You know, it's like 2,000 miles over 4 days, or 2,200 miles. I mean, that's nothing. You know, so they have a suggested route, and they have a suggested route, and you just follow. You can follow the map, or you can make your own road. But it's super fun. You know, you get together. Actually found out at the ceremony that there's a hot springs at the beginning hotel. Yeah. So you get to go like the day before, enjoy the springs before you get on the ride.
That'll be nice. That'll definitely soothe and ease our bodies. And that's what I'm saying. So I kind of conditioned, to the best of my ability, because I just come off a ride for this ride yesterday. And I'm telling you, I feel like I was ran over by a bulldozer. I'm like, what the hell? I'm cramping so bad that I'm like drinking the pickle juice. Like I have just my own jar, and that's not working. Like I'm like blister packs, that's not working. I have my tonic water. When I tell you I'm screaming bloody murder, I'm like, what is going on? Like I gotta get it together for this week and then coming back. I'm just like, dang. So how do you condition? Because you're in warmer weather like majority of the time, but then again, because California,
this is some crazy weather.
I was like, California, you get like all 4 seasons in about 4 hours. So no, you're not.
Some really weird shit going on right now, for sure.
Yeah.
I was just on Facebook, so I'm not like prepared. I'm just chilling by the van right now. So I don't have any.
That's what I don't have any. Just chilling. There's no preparation. We just talk.
Yeah. So how do I condition? Just get out there and do it. I mean, you have to stay hydrated. We were joking this weekend because I was scheduled to give blood Sunday morning. And
you say give it or get it?
Give
Give
blood. Yeah. I mean, there are people people who do like special hydration stuff out here. You know, it's California.
It's
So we
California.
have, there are lots of options
And
if
I
you want
wasn't
to go
even
there.
thinking about get blood. I was really thinking about an iron infusion because I have to get iron infusion. So that's what I was really thinking about, like get an infusion, not even blood. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but you know, when you give blood, you have to be hydrated. So I normally, you know, hydrate like any other, you know, I drink a lot of water. Like water is my go-to choice, especially on the road. But you just get out there and do it. I mean, I noticed this last 9 months when I'm stuck driving a lot because I have, you know, the dog, it's a lot harder to get out on the bike and just do a random ride. Whereas before I was riding every day.
Every day.
And so I've noticed my body is changing just that, you know, a little 300-mile day. It's kicking my butt these days.
So do you feel like you're not as hydrated as you normally are because you're not drinking as much water as you normally would because you're getting your body ready for that?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, like, you drink a lot of water, you drink your requirement, but when we're prepping, you know, we do a little extra, like just so that we're like safe when we're out there. But do you feel like now, like you said, that you're driving more, you're like, I don't know what's going on?
Well, and because I'm in the car, I'm not as aware of I need to stay hydrated. And so I'm drinking soda and all that sugar.
And you're like, and
that sugar messes you up, you know?
It absolutely does. It really does. And so even on this last part, like you had to eat an egg breakfast, like an egg dish, get a chocolate egg or bunny, a chocolate egg or a chocolate bunny, eat an egg roll, and then take a picture in front of like a financial institution where you would put your nest egg, and then you had to take a picture in front of a sign, like a commercial sign that had like eggs in the name. And so like as I'm going, like, and I normally don't eat on the road, but when I tell you that cheesy, eggy, it was an egg and sausage, like flatbread, I was like, oh, this is really good. And I didn't even really have time to sit and eat it, but I was really like trying to enjoy that because I was also doing the ride around Pennsylvania, which was more than just the normal 1,000 miles. Like, you know, and I didn't really have it routed or plotted. So it was kind of like random. I'm like, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And like, I didn't have a lot of water this time either. I had, I drank 2 Red Bulls and I had to take a 5-hour energy because I started like winding down around like Morrisville, Philadelphia area. I was like, I'm over this because I have been in the rain.
But you girl, you're like nonstop. You're not taking
this.
you haven't been taking any breaks. You need to take some breaks too.
Listen, I was like, this is great. And twice it tried to put me out of Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Like I'm telling you, my real phone like wasn't charging. It was cold. It was wet inside. It kept saying, you know, like, well, the iPhones will say, water detected, can't charge, so you can dismiss it or override it. I kept doing that, and then it wasn't doing it. Then it was on like 1%. I'm like, oh crap! Like my spot wallet, everything was going to be messed up. So I was trying to download it to my work so that I didn't miss it. And I'm just like, let me keep riding because I was spending like a lot of time there. It took me like, I'm telling you, if this was the freaking border of Pennsylvania, I just happened to be cool, and I'm like, something felt weird. Right. I was like right there. I'm telling you, I was like maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles from crossing into New York, and it'd have been over. I would have lost my man. I just died. I'd have been like, all this money. And that was the first time. Second time I get down to Easton, like when I left, because what is it? It's it was Susquehanna, then what is that other corner? I should have went towards like Yardley to get to Easton, but from Easton to Mooresville, it tried to take me to New Jersey to come around the other side. Reverend Grayson, hi, Reverend Grayson. My heart doesn't always work all the time. Oh, there it is. There it is. Can you see those hearts going on the screen? Oh, that's so cool.
That was cute.
Yeah, they tried to take me to New Jersey, and like it's. So, you know, Pennsylvania has that like funky W type thing on the side. So you actually, when you got to Easton, it was like, first of all, it was like last exit in PA. and then like you're along the water. So I was like, oh, that's so cute, that's so pretty. And I was like trying to take pictures, but then when I was leaving the gas station, it was trying to take me across the bridge, and I was like, that's not right. Like I said, I'm supposed to be on like Eastern Boulevard. So when I did this to the map, New Jersey, I was like, so I
Oh,
had to wait and stop, and I had to like put these other little cities like Doylestown to go down along it to take me to Morrisville to get to Philadelphia. It was going to take me out. I was like, somebody don't want me to have this ride around Pennsylvania, but they're not going to be successful. And so I did it and I got it, but it was crazy. Then I was with Freaky Jason in Scary Scooby-Doo land going over to this corner over here. I was like, who
there's
lives down
nothing.
here? When I tell you, it must get really, really windy in that corridor. There were so many houses destroyed, like
Oh,
like Dorothy's and Toto's picked up in the tornado and
oh
slammed.
no.
And then I was like, because you know, sometimes disasters are like beautiful art because you get to start over, like, you know what I mean? So I was so
Yeah.
like crunched for time. I couldn't even really like sit and take the pictures because some of them were like really laying and it was like telling the story. You know what I mean? But I couldn't
Oh,
like get it in because it was like foggy and misty, like it looked like a scary movie.
someone's
And
coming
I was
out.
like, it was
Someone's
like
coming out.
intriguing, but I didn't really have time to like stop and do stuff. I was just like, I have to figure out a way to not race around and really relax. So then that's why I thought too, when I do the three flags, I was like, I'm not
That's
adding anything else to it. I'm
that's
just gonna
that's it. That's a perfect time to just slow down. And you know what? I mean, I've known Reef. I've known Quesola. I mean, I love snacks. You know, but to actually slow down and ride with them,
it's
that you know that was because we weren't racing to get to the next stop.
just
It's all back
it's
roads.
all backwards. And so I was talking to Snacks that we're gonna have assigned snacks that we have to bring. She was like, y'all were passing Twizzlers. And I was like, ooh, what's my snack gonna be? What snack do I get to bring to take? And then Joyce will be taking our pictures and Tone is coming. Like so many people are coming. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And then but then I was thinking, you know, the
Uh,
IBA has a Three Flags Classic too. Like it's border to border. It's Canada, United States, and Mexico, but it's in 36 hours. I'm like,
that's not the time to do it.
because
Now,
I wouldn't be able. I could do it, but then I wouldn't be with you guys. I wouldn't be able to.
well, or what I was thinking, because I meant to do that when we left Three Flags last year. I was gonna bring 15. I started at 15, and I was gonna ride 15 up to the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so border to border, and then of course the bike broke down, so that
That kind
became an
of
issue.
yeah.
But I got the 5 right here, and so just you can come visit me, and then we can do the border to border up to Canada, just a quick trip,
Oh,
and then take our time coming back.
and take your time coming back. So because it's 36 hours that you have to do it in, and I think the goal may be again.
Girl, I'm not gold. I'm not gold quality. We're going silver or regular.
But we'll have it. And so that would be so cool to do the SCMA's Three Flags and then the Iron Bus Three Flags. Then we'll have two certs, like, you know what I mean? Like, that'll be, I was like, I'm telling you, my little man was like, you can do it. All you have to do, because when I was talking to Reef, he was like, yeah, people will go to the checkpoint early, ride the whole day, and just sit there till the first person gets to do the checkpoint and then keep going, because, you know, they're either doing the 15 best roads or California's 15 best or doing parks, or like they
Yeah.
leave, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, and I was like,
You
that's defeating the
you
purpose.
can,
But
but
it's
enjoy
defeating the
the
purpose of being
time
with you
and the
guys
fellowship.
and like
Yeah.
having fun. And actually, I swear to goodness, if you see me going crazy, you said on April 1st that you were going to relax and not do anything extra. You have to hold me accountable to that. But I don't
Okay.
say, I'll be right back. I'm just going to zip over here and do that. I'm going to.
So when we get to the stop, hand me your keys, Piper.
I'm telling you for real. And I'm just going, and that's going to be so weird to me because I never get anywhere in enough time to like have dinner and like go to bed like at a real time. Like I don't even see daylight like to stop and see like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm just like, and it's always
Constantly
like
going.
I come in the parking like, and it's like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They be like, where'd you come from? The road. They be like, where'd you leave a couple hours ago? They be like, dang, like it's great. So I'm really, really legitimately going to enjoy this. And then Tef and I think there's another lady riding with us on our way to Canada. We're going to go to Fairbanks so that I can get the picture to get the coin, like and to take the picture with the sled and see the caribou so I can get the reindeer. I'm so excited about going to the North Pole. Ever since Smiley and Dimples went, she had to I was like, real life reindeer. And they were like right in front of the little. I was like, that's such a cute town. Like I wanted, because we always just do Hyder and then just come back out, except for the crazies like Snacks and Phenom and K Solo, and then go up to Perdooter Booter Bay.
Enjoy it.
I was like, that is not on my bucket list. I do not want that highway, that way. I say now until I get up there, like, I can do it. And then I'll just be up there. But no, we're going to just stick to, because we kind of have to pass Fairbanks to get to Hot Springs. So I think it's like 70 miles difference to go this way or to go that way. And I was like, we might as well. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? So, and we're going to leave early enough to do it. So I'm excited about that. But yes, I can't wait to see you guys. That's going to be
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So how else have you been doing, hanging in there?
Staying busy.
Damn, that's the only way to do it. Like my riding helps with that grieving process. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, because when you sit still.
Yeah, too much time to think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. Bye.
Oh, guys, if you didn't know, not only did she get her certificate and award for the SEMA, she is the Black Girls Ride.
Oh, you want to finish it? Yeah. Renaissance Rider of the Year.
2024. It's 23. Oh, because we're in 23. So, and she earned this. When I tell you, this woman is amazing. Like, she's just such a beautiful spirit. So, like, she led rides. And then our good friend Bebo, when he was in an accident, she rode all the way from California to New York to visit him at his facility. Like, just because he was in an accident, just to see him, take him like a care package. Like, who does that? That's like, I mean, we do, but like California, that was coast to coast to coast, to go say hi and give him a hug and really like check on him. Like, that's a Renaissance woman. Like, that she's definitely deserving of that. She's everybody's road captain. Like, she leads all the rides in California, whether she wants to or not. They're like, Becky can do it. She'll be like, I sure can. Okay, let's go. Like, you know, so I'm so proud of her for that. And I'm so glad you're my sister. I love you so.
Love you. And your hearts are working. All right.
Don't
how do I turn this off?
Before you say, I'll turn you off. She's like, I'll turn you off. If I don't see you before August, I'll see you then for the SEMA.
All right.
Later,
sounds good. Love you.
That is so freaking fly. Like, you committed to that. Stop playing. You know you committed to that. See, my brother Tef be like, he's crazy. He tries to act like he doesn't know what he's talking about and what we agreed to, but he really does. Let me see. Lady D, are you available so you can tell them, as a new person earning your iron butt certificate, because you got that last year going to the all-female ride. Oh no, so she must be busy too. So see, when I go to like get people, y'all are just doing stuff. And there's a couple of y'all who owe me interviews. Chucky, you do definitely. Where is Alejandro? Like, you're supposed to come on and say your stuff, promote your rides, and all that other stuff, and y'all just be ducking out. Oh, here's another. Let's see if White Chocolate's feeling good. She's another ambassador for the Black Wall Street Breaking History all female ride. We're trying to get all the ladies to Tulsa, Oklahoma, so we can be counted in the number. She's available. Yay! Hi, sister. Tell them what we're doing and why we're doing it, and we're going to do it, and we're going to win, and it's going to be fabulous.
I sure hope so. We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
I'm telling you, no, you are really doing, and like, this woman's amazing. She's making her cards, getting her IDs, her robot, like everything. Like, she made all the flyers for all. So the premise is to have at least one woman in all of the 50 states to be an ambassador to try to bring. But there's more than one woman in the states, and she made everybody's flyer. Then she animated everybody's flyer, like. Then she made all her cards, like it. When I tell you, she's been like her thing. I don't even know how you do it. Like, when do you find the time? Because this woman be on the road too. Like when?
I'm down for a minute.
I saw. But you'll be ready for Oklahoma. You'll be ready for Tulsa.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody today. I really want to do International Female Ride Day in Houston, but I'll be right at my 5 weeks. So I'm like, I don't know, but I'm definitely ready for Tulsa.
I mean, all you can do is pray, and the day of, like, or the night before, really, you know what I mean? See, because you don't want to push it too soon, too early, and then it takes you back way from your progression. So that's not like a good thing, like, at all, because then you'll be like, why did I do that? So,
it's hard to sit still though. It's really hard, you know.
I know that. Like, for real, like that, it is, and it's like, and it's so much fun though. So it's not even like you're intentionally doing stuff. Like, stuff comes up that you legit have to be or want to be a part of, and you can fit it in. So you be like, here I come, I'm coming. So I just recently saw your trip back from Palm Springs. Again, congratulations to the Bessie Streamfield premiere. Like, that is so love letter to myself. Like, that's such a awesome thing. But was that your first snow episode? Was that your first snow incident, or at least to that extent? To that
extent, yes. I mean, I've rode in snow.
Let me see if I can go to her page and find it. Y'all think I was in snow that time? Reef was just in snow. Wait till y'all see it. The way, like, so was it already snowing when you pulled in? Is that why you pulled in, like, to rest, or was that your rest period anyway?
I was planning on riding straight back through because I knew on Sunday on this end we were going to have like thunderstorms and stuff like that, and I was like, I really don't want to mess with that. But when I had gotten to a point in Utah where the winds were like 40 miles an hour, it started raining. I said, you know what? I'm shutting it down. And then when I woke up, I mean, you saw the gang of tumbleweed that was around my bike. And so I had a scary moment. After I left the hotel, I was probably about an hour into my ride, and it was so cold that my gear, what am I trying to say?
Like, you couldn't feel it?
They were frozen. I couldn't pull them in. And so I was like, oh shit. And then I couldn't see out of my helmet because it was like 28 degrees, and I kept having to lift my visor, put it down, lift it up, put it down.
I just went through that. Y'all, look at this. So first, that's what she came outside to. That's the tumbleweed that she was talking about. Look, it was.
Yeah, they ganged up on me.
We was tumbling, like it was rolling, like it was being pushed around. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Look
it was bad.
Look at that. Like, look at that. This is what we go through. And again, she was coming from California. This is why we tell you, when you ride, you must be prepared. Like, honestly and truly, like, you have to be prepared for all 4 seasons. Yeah. It may have been hot as hell in Cali, so of course she stripped down to like a lighter base layer, still protecting her skin. Then you have snow. That's beyond winter. That's beyond winter. Like, that's crazy. Then the fog in her visor, not being able to do that. You know, you get a little bit of like fall in there, like spring. No, man, like it's you never ever know what you're going to get out there. So you came outside to that.
Yeah.
But first of all, like you said, you were going to go straight through, but everything was like crazy, and you didn't want to just keep going. So what did you do?
Yeah. And you know, I started out my ride tired. And so I was like, I'm tired, you know, and I actually, when I was riding, I caught myself, you know how you kind of do that little head nod thing?
So Dirty Bird, it's called a long blink.
Yeah.
So you literally, you know, you're there and then you're so comfortable. And because you're tired, and when it's cold like that and your heated gear is working and it keeps you warm, you be like,
yeah.
And then,
Yes. I did that a few times.
yeah, and then it makes your heart beat real fast because it felt so good. You almost want to do it again, but you know, it's like dangerous. And like, but you're like, I just want to get home. I just want to get home. I just want to get home. And you keep pushing it sometimes. So yeah, like, what made you make the decision to stop, y'all? These are her pants after she got home. Like,
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, when you ride through, because I had gotten to like the Vail, Colorado area, so I'm going through the mountains, and that's where it was the worst. The snow was coming down so hard, it was like coming down sideways. And there's a point on 70 where you have to go through a tunnel, so they have like a stoplight where they try to regulate, you know, the traffic going through the tunnel. And I was like, I'm not sitting in this. So I'm trying to go on the side to go around the traffic. It's all kind of potholes. And I was like, you know what? But I had to keep going at that point, you know, because I was like, I'm at a point of no return at this point.
absolutely.
And then again, I was racing the clock to try to get home, because when I got home, I mean, I could just see the dark. It was just darkness, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to get it. And then I got into freezing rain, and I
See?
was like, man.
So that feeling right there, when you're this close, but this far,
Yep.
and you're like you said, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. I don't want to stop again. I'm pushing. But then you look yonder, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
And like you said, you already couldn't feel your gear, like, you know. And so like last night, it was that same way. Like, see how swollen, like your hands get
Yeah.
so swollen. And then like our gloves are leather, even though they're heated, or even if they're material, something about the inside of them, once your hand is wet, it's so hard to slide it back on the glove. And like I said,
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm burnt here because I kept feeling it here, and then like this knuckle, and then that's from another time. I'm just like, but we're out here.
Yeah.
And like, I had a moment where I was like, okay, this is the point of no return. Like, I ain't gonna make it. Like, I just knew. I was like, oh, I had a good run, but this is it. Like, I know this is it. And then like you get through it and you're like,
Yeah.
and we playing again.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, like,
I know. I mean, I had burnt, like, I had just gotten new heated gear, and it like burnt the back of my neck, and I was just like, you know what? I'm so sick of this damn ride right now. But I said, and I had to literally pull over on the side of the road and give myself a pep talk, because it was
talk
like,
about it.
you need to get home.
Talk about it. I'm telling you, I tell people all the time. They're like, well, what do you do all that time? I was like, talk to myself. Like, I am in there arguing, like,
Yeah.
arguing, like, why would you pick today to go? Like, this was stupid. Well, the weather was supposed to be better. Like, this is, but they turned around. I'm not turned around. We're already, like, to the point that I'm so sick of myself that we stopped talking to each other. Like, so all my little words, and like, it's just dead silent in my helmet. Like, I got nothing else to say. And I'm really like not talking, because I really, and I mean, and it's just crazy what happens, because you're really talking yourself through the craziness that you're experiencing. Like you said, you already started the ride tired, but it was for such a great cause to be with your sister, and your sisters in a premiere. Like, it was like, I know my body I'll snap out of it. I'll either drink, like the Pedialyte or the Pediasure, like I'll get it together to be able to do it, which you did because you got out there. You know what I mean? And then now you're coming back, you're like, okay, this is the first time. I know I'm tired, but I can do it. But it's like, when do you not do it? Like, you know what I mean? When do you not? But because we do know our bodies and know that we can get through it, there seems to never be that not time, except like when you stop there, because that was infinite danger. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I listen to my body for the most part. I will push my limits, sometimes, but for the most part. And I'm gonna tell you, the ride out there was beautiful. I mean, it was a great ride, and like you said, I started off in cold, but then as I started getting closer, it was like 80 degrees out there, and it was nice. And then it was like, all right, I left at like 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday because I was like, I'm just gonna ride straight through. It was like a little over 1,000 miles. I was like, I can do this. But then when I got to that point and the wind started picking up and it was raining and I'm in the mountains, like it's different if you're just on straight open road. But when you're in the mountains, you don't want to get blown off to the side.
it's so crazy. I keep looking for that video. I was in Death Valley, and you know how the wind is there. Like it legit kept blowing me so bad. I got off the bike. I just pulled over. I got off the bike. I took my helmet off. I put it behind the bike. That is the universal sign for help me. Help me now. Like, I'm in this.
Yeah.
Like, I need help now. Like, and when I tell you no one stopped, like no one stopped, I'm crying. I'm like, this is what you're talking about. Like, I keep coming out here. I keep coming by myself. This is crazy. Because I didn't know where I was. Like, I was going to San Diego was the year that I went to Alaska in 2019, and I was trying to get to California for the International Female Ride Day so that we can ride into Mexico. And somehow or another, I was in that crazy what's the Wiggly Valley in Idaho. It took me all through that. I was there like 8 hours, and I shouldn't have been, like, because the way the GPS routed, that was wrong. Then through Utah, and then into Vegas to Death Valley, when it really should have just taken me down like to 15 or something like that. Plus, I was trying to get those states over there. I need, like, Washington, Utah, Oregon. I needed those, but that still wasn't the way it was supposed to go. So I took my helmet off. So I didn't care what they were going to do with the bike. I saw school buses. I'm like, put in the back of the school bus, put in the back of this pickup truck, do something with this bike. Like, somebody help me, get me out of here. When I told you, it was blowing me. So it was blowing me on, because it's only 2 lanes. It kept blowing me over there. And then, like, it's like tumbleweed and cactuses. And then the drop off. I was like, I'm legit going to die.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I took out my phone and I made a video like, Mom, no, sorry. I keep coming out because I'm like, so when it blows me away, if the coyotes eat me, I want them to have like a video message from me saying how sorry I am and I'll never do it again. I won't rap. And I had to do like you did, pull over and give myself a pep talk. Like, you see all these cars, they ain't stopping. Nobody's stopping. Nobody's stopping. Nobody's coming to get you. And I'm like pointing at the helmet, like, y'all don't see this helmet. Y'all don't see it.
They don't care. They don't stop.
No other bikes came past, like none. I was like, and it's out west, so there's bound to be bikes. When I tell you, I stood there for maybe 45 minutes, probably an hour, maybe hour, 15 minutes, and nobody stopped. Nobody pulled over. No, and I'm like, did I turn the helmet the wrong way? I'm like twisting around. I'm putting the visor that way. I'm turning sideways. I'm like putting it out a little bit. I'm like, I know that they know what this means, but they were probably just like, what you doing in here? Like, you ain't supposed, and I just had to pray and say, like, you can't stay here. It's getting dark. Like, it's going to be real scary if it's dark and windy. Like, but I was just like, God, please, please, wait. And I'm just like praying. When I tell you, when I took off, I may have rode like maybe, I don't know, 12, 13 miles. And that dark, crazy sky just opened up to like beautiful, crystal clear, blue, fluffy clouds. It was like night and day. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was crazy. Like, did I experience what I thought I experienced like, what is this? And I was like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, I'm gonna do well. I'm like just crazy. And I was like,
but it's like that out here. Out west, I mean, you could turn into something, you know, or turn away from something. And the crazy part is, like, when I was riding, I could literally see the wall of snow like ahead of me. It was just right. And I'm like, I'm riding right into it, you know, and so it was like,
did you
man. And then
stop before you hit the wall? Or did you have to go in
no,
a
that
little
was
bit?
when I rode. I had to ride through. I was like, you know what? Whatever's ahead of me, I gotta do what I gotta do. So that was not a fun ride. And then my first ride out here, I rode down to Amarillo, Texas a couple weeks ago, and coming back, 60+ mile an hour winds the whole entire time up 25. I mean, this was
Riding
like
like this.
blowing.
You're
It
riding
was,
like sideways.
and you're like a
Like,
bobblehead.
like this, because you're supposed to be going down the highway like this, but you're like holding the bike in the direction of winds coming, so you're riding south. That's how I was in North and South Dakota and
Yeah.
Montana. I was like, I got off the highway because it was again pushing me. It pushed tractor trailers.
Yeah.
So when I got in the gas station, I'm breathing hard, like, they're like, are you okay? I was like, no. I was like, I almost got blown off the road. It's so windy. And they looked
Yeah.
out the window. They're like, no. I was like, they're like, it's not that windy today. And so I'm looking out the window like, what you see that I didn't see? I was like, what you mean? They were like, when it's windy, the trees are bent over like this. They're still standing up.
Shit.
I was like, it's worse than this. I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some tea. And I was like, where else can I ride? Because I can't get back on that highway. Like, there was too many things. And there was a, you know, the secondary road that usually follows the highway. I had to take that to go.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, and a lot of times you don't have no choice. You know, you got to put your big girl panties on and you got to ride through it. I mean, that's just what it is. Yeah.
Here, like,
yeah. Up around your neck.
Listen, at turtleneck, like, what are you going to do? Because nobody's coming. Nobody. I'm telling you, there's been at least 4 or 5 times where I'm like, all right, I'm like 200 miles out to fit. That's easy 4 hours. I'm calling somebody to come get me. Come get me in this bike. I don't care who ride it back, put it on something, like let me drive the car. Like, let me take a nap. Let me get in. And I'd be like, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. Nobody's coming. Because the first thing I say is, you wanted to be out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the preparation sometimes doesn't meet the means of the weather conditions that are out there. Like you said, like, you had yourself, you had gear that you couldn't even use because it was that bad. And I see Kinky said put the latex gloves on. Sis, I keep latex gloves in my bike, and I'm telling you, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because, like I said, like, I can't even get my ring off. That's how swollen. Like, look at my knuckle. Like, I can't. I had it, and I was like fighting to the point where my fingers were at the bottoms of the finger, but it was enough so that I can, like, clutch that way, like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And like you said, windy, and it's blowing, and it's slippery, and then, like, I hate those tar snakes. Like engineers don't like motorcycles, and when y'all invented that, y'all didn't take this consideration at all. Like, you're on it, and then, like, and when it's dark, you don't know it's there. So I'm riding. I said, "Oh shit, it's there." I was like, "Oh," when you tense up, and then, like, you're like, but hold tight. You're like, and that makes your body that much more tired.
Yeah. Because you're using all kind of muscles that you don't usually use.
I'm telling you, I was burning across the back of my
yeah.
Even like back here in my church arm, my bingo arm. I'm like, this is crazy. And that's probably why I got cramps and active worst Charlie horses in my shin and in my calves. Because I guess, like, trying to squeeze the tank. I was like, I just kept saying, I don't know what I'm do. I don't know what I'm do. And then my smart side was like, you know what you want to do. You Ain't nobody coming. I'm telling you. And when I'm talking to her, I know she's talking like that. I know she's talking like that too. Just shaking her head like you knew what you was doing when you got. I'm like, you just always negative Nancy. Like, get it together. I'm just being real. And I in my helmet. That's what I'm, and it's so funny. Oh God. Keisha always says that it's called helmet syndrome. You just talk to yourself,
Yeah.
or you talk, like, do all these things in your helmet, and it's just like your own little sitcom in there of your reality at that moment. It's like, how do I get through this moment? Like you said, sometimes you have to pull over and have yourself a pep talk. So when you pulled over, what moment was it? Was it when you were about to hit the wall, when you were about to hit the snow wall, or was it before then? Was it well before then?
It was probably like right when I started entering into the mountain area in Colorado on 70, because for the most part it's open, until you get to a certain point. And when it started snowing, and then because I was worried about the black ice, because I was like, yeah, if it's like slick, I don't want to. It's scary when you're like literally on the road where there's no guardrails. And so at that point, that's when I had to pull over, and it was like, all right, you're almost home. Because like I think I'm only like from Grand Junction. Like once I crossed over into Colorado, I knew I was like, all right, I'm close, and then I was like, all right, you know what? You're just going to have to go below the speed limit. You're going to have to ride with your hazard lights on and just stay in the right lane and just go at your own pace, and that's what I did.
Tuning in about her ride. She was coming back from seeing the premiere in Palm Springs, California of the Bessie Stringfield story. Definitely, again, go check it out. It's out all over now. Like the showtimes are there. But again, being prepared for all types of weather. She came from California, her ride from Colorado out there, beautiful, 80 degrees. She was hot. Like, she had to come down the base layer. Yes, yeah. Do you see that? Like,
and that was frozen. Like that was frozen ice.
Like, and that's another thing. That's another one of the dangers that you don't know. You think that, okay, it's snow. What comes with snow are extreme temperature drops. It makes black ice.
Yeah.
What? Like, and it's just like, do I stay? Do I go? Because again, the choice of trying to stay to beat it out. What if it's never ending? And obviously it has to end. But what if it lasts more days than you were prepared to be somewhere? So you have to be able to rely on your skill. Like you said, I know I can ride better than this, but I'm gonna put my hazards on. I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna get over. And like you said, there's no shoulder. There's no guardrail. So
No.
I'm expected to keep riding and risk being pushed into the abyss so I can get home, because Mother Nature with her stinky butt gonna do this. That wasn't that wasn't part of the plan. You check the weather and you try to make sure that everything's there. Like, no, that's great. Look at that. And even like she's ready to leave. Look at that. Look at the cars. Cars are parked.
It was lightly snowing when I took that picture, and then that was the end result. And it's funny because when I got home, it snowed that night here, and we ended up getting, I don't know, probably like 5 inches that night. So and like you can look ahead as well, like you just said. And I'm like, well, it ain't gonna be no better the next day if I decide to stay another day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push through it. Yeah.
Push through it. And that's why I appreciate these talks like this, because I've learned about other radar apps. Again, the pep talk that you had with yourself, like, what did you say? Like, how did you convince yourself that you're going to be okay to get out? Because some people don't know that. Some people have not to do that. Like, so this is an opportunity to really learn different things that you have to adjust yourself for when you're out there and you don't know what's going to happen. Like, so what was the conversation that you had? Like, did you literally pulled over and was like, listen, Dawn, like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, I mean, because when I had stopped that night in Utah, I still had 440 miles to go to home. That's a day. of riding, you know.
That's
So
almost.
I was like, yeah, you know, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, a couple hundred where I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'll be home in like 2.5, 3 hours. It was like, okay. And so I ended up having to stop more frequently too. So, you know, the thing that I had to tell myself was I needed to pace myself to a point where I felt safe, you know, and it was because it was all about my comfort level, you know, in terms of this riding. I mean, I've been riding for a while, so it's not like I'm a new rider,
Right.
but at the same time, I wasn't going to be like some badass, you know, like zipping through all of these, you know, windy roads and curves and stuff. No, and so it was literally like, you know what, you just got to take your time, go at your own pace. And, you know, I have my little phone, my little Cena on my helmet. And so there was a couple of people that I was like, you know, make sure y'all hit me, you know, maybe every hour or whatever, because it's good to like hear a voice in your
Yeah,
ear,
absolutely.
you know, to give you that encouragement, you know, to keep going. And, you know, again, if it would have gotten too bad to the point where I didn't think I would handle it, I would have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not the crazy woman that, you know, just keeps riding and doesn't really give a shit, you know. So I'm just fortunate that, you know, I was able to get home in one piece. I was frazzled, you know, and I'll tell anybody in a minute, you know, yeah, that scared the shit out of me, you
Absolutely.
know. And I mean, I there's no shame in me sharing my story, you know, because it, like you said, it may help the next person that, you know, is going through a similar situation. So yeah, I mean, when I say put your big girl panties on, I mean it, you know. And my, you know, my anxiety level, you know, that's a whole nother issue that you got to, you know, face in itself, is the fact that your anxiety is going to be on high. But I was glad that I stopped when I did Saturday night, because I was well rested, you know, number one. So I started out my ride on a good note, you know, so I was like more alert, you know, more ready. And I feel like I was more prepared for whatever was getting ready to come my way. And I was looking at my radar, you know, and I was checking the apps, and I'm like, I know I'm going to hit it. I can't get around it, because I'm at a point now where I'm on 70 to where I can't get on 40. I can't go up 25. Like I was like, I got to do this and I got to do that. That's how I got to go, you know? So
And
yeah.
it comes to that, like, gee whiz, like, you made a valid point where you reach out to people, like, call and check on me. Like, yesterday, I was so I knew I was going to get the egg hunt 1000. Like, that was going to be easy. Like, that was just legit there. But that ride around Pennsylvania was really crazy because, like I said, the weather was supposed to be nice. Like, it didn't call for any of the stuff that happened. But April called me. Shout out to AJ, and she left me the most beautiful voice message, like voice text or whatever. And so it was really like upbeat and loving and encouraging. So that was like, okay, that was like a pep talk to
Yeah.
me. And then always is checking, like, because he's on the road too, and he's like, where you at, how you feeling, what you doing, blah blah blah. And he'll just send text messages you like, you got this, you're awesome, you can do it. Because I was really like, I don't need this ride around Pennsylvania. I don't need this. Like, I already got my other, like, I to get the other corner, but I don't have to try to beat 24 hours. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, but you didn't do all of this to fail. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was like my talk with the good me in my head. Like you can do it. Like, just calm down, because my anxiety gets high. Like, you know, it
Yeah.
makes me feel like I'm about to start doing something maybe not as safe, a little irrational. And I'm just like, I know I can do 110 like the whole way there and just get it. But I'm like, that's crazy. What if somebody comes over, what, like, and you're not meant to go 110 miles? Like, if you every stretch here and there, like, it's whatever. But I'm just like, and then I become like obsessed with trying to finish because you don't want to fail. Like, you know what I mean? But then I have to
Yeah.
tell myself, like, it's okay to feel like you tried, like you gave it your best. You know what I mean? Were there sometimes that you're at the gas station no longer? Probably so. Like, you know what I mean? Then your phone went out. So I was trying to fix that. So I'm at Dollar General trying to buy chargers and get this and do that and long as well. So there were some times where more moments passed by than needed to. But then you're just like, you're human, dude. Like, there are going to be times where you're not always going to get what you set out to get. You know what I mean? And that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, You should have did better. And like, it's crazy, but yeah, like, so people who are just getting out there and it's new for you and you're setting your sights on like you know these big rides, or even if it's not a big ride but it's a big ride for you because it's a new ride for you, you have to realize that you may not get as far as you wanted to get, and that's okay. Like, live to do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you're rested and you pulled over, you felt good, you felt better, and you were able to make better decisions. Like, imagine if you would have just tried to keep going and just to get it through, because again, like you said, it's 1,000 miles. We do that all the time, you know, and it was just like, it wasn't the time to do it. And you
Yeah.
have to be prepared for this, because if, say, you weren't in a situation to be able to afford a hotel, like, what would you have done? You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of people get out there and they're not ready for the other things that might come with your trip. Like, yeah, you plan like just go straight through and come back, but you might have to stop. So just making sure your checklist is together: heated gear, rain gear, extra sweater. Like, I wish I had another pair of boots yesterday and I didn't have my extra pair of boots. I legit had to, and that was another time, took time. I had to stop, and I always put plastic on my feet because I know Mother Nature's going to get me. That ain't even like, when I tell you, when I was walking, the tops of my boots were like foaming those bubbles,
Mhm.
because that's how much water was in there. Like, the bubbles bent, water was coming down the side. So I had to like buy new socks, like about 2 more pair of socks. Took them. I was like wringing them, like I was wringing my, like, and I went through 3 pair of gloves yesterday, wringing, like, my clothes, like, it got down in my skirt, like my clothes, I had to put them in the dryer before, like, washing them type, too much moisture wet, like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I was like, she really had, and it was hard, big raindrops. Poof, 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 poof. I was like, I got to that church, and it had the little, like, when you go in the door, it had that like alcove. I got my salted caramel Twix because I needed to get a receipt. I got my Twix in my cup, and I went and sat under the alcove, and I was just like, like, for like hour. It was just coming, and it was dark back roads and rough roads, and like, it was like washing down, like the
Yeah. Yeah.
like.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But I mean, I tell anybody, I mean, because, I lived in Maryland. So coming from the East Coast out here
Mm-hmm.
is so different. So different. And I mean, you can literally hit, all 4 elements like within a few miles, and so I always tell everybody, you got to be prepared. And for me, whenever I do a trip, I always make sure I have at least like a day or 2 leeway if I
Yeah.
have to stop.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, I mean, I've rode through a lot of stuff. I've rode through a tornado before, I mean, I've done, and I thought I was going to die that day, and it's,
And
so
you're
I was
like,
just like, I will never.
what is my picture gonna look like? I hope they get a nice dress. I hope they do my lashes right and swoop my hair to the side. Like, I really thought out my whole funeral. That's how bad some of these things are. And unlike you, I don't always have an extra day in the
Yeah.
front or the back, and I have to get like through it, and that's when like your faith comes into play, and it's just like praying, because you're not doing it on your own, not at all. Like, there's a higher power that's helping get you through this, because I know he's sick of me. He like, again, you do know there's other people that I'm supposed to be here. But I'm gonna do better, I swear. Like, it's bad. I don't always have the extra day, and it makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like I was unprepared when I know that I was. But when I have to call like work and say, I'm not gonna make it back, like, you know what I mean? But that's why I always have my computer with me, so I can always just work wherever it is that
Yeah.
I may have to like stop. But really, that's why it's important to just ride out. Like, people will say, oh, it's supposed to rain, you want to leave? Yeah, because you never know when you're out there and you didn't expect rain. How you gonna practice? How you gonna know how to maneuver in rain, whether it's
Yeah.
hard rain, like pillowy rain, like you said, sideways rain. It's just coming. You're like, the hell, like, and rain is like slice and ninja, and you're just like,
yeah,
oh my goodness. And it's different. We
yeah.
know how bad it is in the car, and your windshield wipers are going crazy. Imagine being out there on a bike like that. You have to know how to maneuver through that because you can't always wait out the storm. You know what I mean? So
No, you can't. You can't. And then, I mean, especially when, you got it coming down and it's literally freezing up on your windscreen, on your windshield, So you're like wiping ice away, and then it's like it's fog and you can't see. And then oh my God. And then I was like, I wanted to ride with it up. Then my face was cold, even though it was covered.
when I tell you about 30, 40, 50, 90 times yesterday, I was just like, okay, I can't get the visor up because again, the rain was like, pew, 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 pew. I was like,
Yep.
I'm gonna just hold my breath. I'm gonna just hold my breath as much as I can. So I got it off. Like I would take my glove, go like this. It wasn't foggy. And I was just like, trying.
Or you breathe downward. You try to breathe downward. So
and then so in that Simpson, like my shark, it doesn't have that little click vent thing there, like right in front of your mouth that you can. And so I was like,
yep.
trying to like blow it down my chin. That visor was like, I don't care what direction you think, you breathe in fog. And I wiped it before with the fog stuff. Like I was like, I ain't gonna make it. I just and I because I couldn't just sit there because it was so. First of all, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Some of the cars were going crazy. When I tell you the fog was so thick, and I was just like, get down a little bit. And I'm like, I have to open it, and then I try to look. And I'm like, and I'm like,
yep.
I'm a fool. I'm a fool for trying to like this is dumb as hell. And I was so mad because my pin lock didn't come and I had to change it. I was like, you shouldn't have went. And I was like, I know it's gonna be like this. Back to arguing, you know what I mean? And I was just like, I can't take it. But yeah, and then so I just had I maneuvered, so I opened it enough to make like a roof and then clicked that part. But then it was like I was like, and then I tried to duck behind my visor, but it was too much rain, so I couldn't see through the drops. And now I'm like off to the side like this, and the bike is like, I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And I just put the flashers on, like, this is gonna be a 20-mile-an-hour moment. You got around, you gotta go around. And the car went around. I was like, you could have stayed back there. I needed your lights.
I know, right?
That is the time where I wanted the lights. And then there was a couple times where there was like a rabbit and the car was flying. I was like, ooh, I should get behind it so I can see it, like, you know what I mean? Because it was going and all I had to do is follow the lights. There was those tar snakes, and I was like, oh.
No. Yeah.
And
I get it. I get it.
Like this, you can't even shrug any higher because you're already like this because it's so damn cold. And I'm just like,
yep.
It's April. Yep. Like, when is this going to? And Stinky Butt Fields didn't see his shadow. So we're supposed to have an early spring. He lied. He lied to all of Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney, I'm calling you out because you didn't give us the right information. It's like, it's crazy. But
yeah.
And now we're planning it again.
Yep.
Tulsa, y'all. Tulsa.
Yes. I'm
excited.
I mean, I really hope that we make the mark. And there's a lot of hard work, being put into this. So it'll be a beautiful thing, seeing all those bikes come together.
I mean, and even if we don't, we tried, we gave it our best. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just more planning for, next year. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to be as optimistic as possible, but then there's always that reality. Like, you know what I mean? So that you're not like super disappointed, like leaving, because that can be a distraction on the road. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we only, and like now you can't even focus on what you're doing because you're dwelling on something that happens. And I perseverate all the time. I'm like, if this, if that, and then I have to again cuss myself out. Well, ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. It ain't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it just okay.
Well, I had planned on going to the Black Wall Street, anyways for the
Anyway,
weekend.
right.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? It's going to be a fun weekend regardless.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's cool. Well, I appreciate you stopping in and talking to us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely rewatch this. Listen to her pep talk. Listen to what you need to have when you're traveling across this beautiful country of ours. She came from Colorado and it's so crazy, Colorado to California, and had like all the seasons in their sisters. So you gotta be prepared. And not only that, like you have to have the stuff on sometimes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna have an opportunity to stop. Let me put my heater gear on under this stuff. No, you gotta
Yep.
leave with it and be able to like
Yep.
plug up when it's time to. But then you're kind of uncomfortable, like you said, because going out there, it changed to 80, 90 degrees. You're like, okay, I gotta pull over somewhere and take some of this stuff off. And
Yep.
Lord
Yep.
have mercy. And
Yep.
be like,
Bike life.
bike life. Hashtag real in the field. Yes, I love you so much. I thank you and I appreciate you. Everything you're doing. Oh, she has books too. Put your books in the link. She's a life coach. That's why she's able to do all this stuff and be motivating and all that other good stuff. Like, I know some awesome people, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all where to get with it. Put them right there in the comments so people can check it out. Like, yeah, I love that. I love that.
Let me see
So
the heart.
until next Monday. I know, isn't that cool? And I don't know what else it makes. I don't know if there's a star or. Oh, you did it! What was that? What did you do?
Who? Me?
There was a whole bunch of hearts that just came up on the screen.
That wasn't me. That was you.
Oh, was that from that?
No.
I don't know. I know
When
this
you did
one
your little,
does it.
yeah, that.
No, there was some hearts. Oh,
there you go.
But no, there were some white ones at the bottom.
Oh.
That was different. I never saw that before. But, and you see, like, I'm like the one that chases the butterfly. Oh, pretty. I get so distracted. I'm just like, oh, and like just off focus. But that's me. But yes,
Yeah.
put them in the comments so that people can check you out.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yes, I have mine in its autograph. So yes, definitely. Love you guys, and I'll see you next Monday, Motorcycle Monday. Piper. Later.
Bye.